What's poppin', y'all? Jake Paul has self-inserted himself into a beef with Marlin, the streamer, over the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So this all started off because Marlin, he's in this like streamer league that they're starting to do with football, soccer, and his girlfriend, not Marlin's girlfriend, Jake Paul's girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever, the guy that was sitting down there crying on his knees when she won the gold medal in the Olympics, that guy, she was on the same team as Marlin, and this was an interaction.
We talk, we all gotta stop vlogging, filming, so we gotta lock in, right? Too much vlogging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But she has one gold medal.
That is fact. That is fact. Wait, so some advice on just like locking in, just like
Put the cameras
away and actually
focus on the ball.
Okay. And score. Okay. All right. Okay. Like, you know, she's an Olympic gold medalist. So I should probably listen to her, but I'm also not gonna listen to her because I'm a gold Olympian too.
So in this interaction, it gets captioned the following: Jake Paul's girlfriend and Olympic gold medalist Jutta Leerdam got upset at Marlin and Sarah Safari for filming on the field while warming up for a creator soccer match. Too much vlogging. Put the cameras away and focus on the ball. Man, first off, let's get this Olympic gold medalist the hell out the way, man. She's an Olympic gold medalist in speed skating. Now, I'm not knocking down that sport. What I'm saying is, and I'll give you guys a great comparison for the people that are out there like, yo, he's hating. You guys remember one of the greatest athletes of all time, Nate Robinson, that was in the NBA, that was like 5'9", in the NBA, won the dunk contest. That dude leapt over Dwight Howard, which, knowing what we know about Dwight Howard now, he must have probably enjoyed the jewels of the jewels of Nate Robinson rubbing right over his head and shoulders as he hit that dunk. That guy, yeah, he's so athletic, top of athleticism. He hopped in the ring and got knocked out by Jake Paul. Now, granted, there were probably like, 40 pounds that Jake Paul had on him. But regardless, the whole argument they were making was, yo, this guy's an athlete. Jake Paul is not that. So speed skating got nothing to do with the soccer, football, whatever. Now, she is from the Netherlands, and it is a lot more popular there. But hey, this guy's from Sweden, and it's popular there too, soccer, football. Yeah, the whole gold medal thing, man, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You take an Olympic gymnast and you put him on the basketball hoop, it's not transferring. There's a reason these people are good at their sports. Now, you take an NFL player and you have him run, that's a different story. That transfers, because we're not going to get into that conversation. But this is really just a little bit of framing from the clip page, just to get a little bit more action. Now, if you were to ask me why she was behaving this way, I think she knows how social media works. She's doing this to make some money, and she knows that if there are cameras of her interacting with Marlin in any type of way, that it's going to be clipped and captioned in a way that makes Jake Paul look like a loser and like she's, quote, cheating on him or she's into Marlin or something like that. I really think that's what's going through her head. And she is smart to think like that because that's exactly what would happen. But Jake Paul replies, and he says something this got me irritated. And y'all know I mess with Jake. My girl don't do this ish for fun. Shut up. What is she doing that? To compete with it? This is the even worse part, right? Because, she's an Olympian. So she's an Olympian and she doesn't do this for fun. Meanwhile, she's not a professional. She's not a professional soccer player. So she clearly does do this for fun or for business. And she's playing with a bunch of people that aren't athletes. So the fact that she's not doing it for fun makes her the weird one. We make content because our jets have fuel costs. But doesn't everybody's jet have fuel costs? Nah, I'm just nitpicking here. But I used to run that game and then purposefully retired from it because of weird ish like this. What is weird? They're at a creator event. The reason why they have all of these people there is so they film. They want you filming. They're encouraging you to film. They're putting this whole thing together so that you're filming and streaming it to people, because those are the eyeballs that they're going to use to sell to the sponsors and to build whatever league that's going on here. So what do you mean weird-ish like this? And he's just bantering. And he's not even bantering. He's just trying to get conversation going with his teammates. And he says, I don't need to make clips and have WAP clippers to run money behind to be famous. You just met someone who's a real person that doesn't give a flying F about your stream. Play ball, homie. Man, shut up. What What is this guy talking? And this is the thing. He's like, yo, I purposefully retired from it because of weird. You were the biggest weirdo. You and your brother were, one of you was cracking the other person's ex-girlfriend. You guys are absolute weirdo degenerates. You had beef with your own brother. What do you mean? Oh no, weird. You guys are the weirdos. Like, let's not pretend everything that happened with you didn't happen. Weirdo. And then he's trying to act like, oh nah, he does this seriously. Yeah, I'm sure he takes boxing seriously, but let's not act like Jake Paul is even in the top 150 boxers for his weight class in the world. Or 250, as a matter of fact. Like, if we got the 250 ranked boxer in Jake Paul's weight class, Jake Paul is losing. So yeah, we admire and we respect Jake Paul's ability, business-wise, to leverage the influence that he had from doing, quote, ish like this, which Marlin has never done any twerpy, like, disrupting, rude, disrespectful stuff that Jake Paul has. He hasn't even scratched the surface of doing that. That's why the guy rarely gets brought up, because he's just chilling. He's just doing his own thing. The worst thing he did is, what, quote, cheat on some other streamer chick, that girl Yana, he allegedly cheated on. And who cares? We don't care that he did that. Keep it a buck. And he was cheating with some Love Island star too. So that's even better for his career. So yeah, and he's like, and that's the thing too. It's like, your girl is with you though, and you were this. So it's just sucker stuff. And you can also tell that she didn't have an issue with Marlin or the filming, because when they won, she would go over and congratulate everybody on the team.
Hey, Phil. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Good job. Good job.
MVP! I'm the MVP? Yeah. What? You scored the most goals out of everybody who played today.
So there you have it. And Marlin, he would not take it from Jake Paul. He would apply his own pressure.
Fries, first of all, just fries. Second of all, fries again. Third of all, fries again. Fourth of all, though, I can explain. What are you talking about? Respectfully, I couldn't give two about you or your opinion. I'm gonna be honest. You're a troll. You're unserious in this business. Nobody takes you serious. Fries again. And it's very simple. People hate on me a lot every single day. For some reason, it's trending to hate on me everywhere I go. Anything I do, any clip people post, anything, regardless. That's just what it is, okay? For no reason at all, by the way. For absolutely no reason at all. If you watch my streams, I will say it again. You will probably not find any more respectful person towards anybody. Anybody, bro. I'm always nice to people. I always do nice, like, whatever it is. Always, literally always. I was being so respectful towards your girlfriend or whatever it is the entire time, because apparently you're running a very strict program, which I also respect, by the way. Super simple as that. Leave it at that. What the fuck's the problem, bro? So I get that you're trying to get your clicks or whatever it is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, bro. You're not getting no million likes on the Instagram post every single time you post. I get it, bro. You're not done this for a year and a half and got the same emotions I do. I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit there and be egotistical, but that's just what it is, bro. I get it, bro. You're trying to get your clip off, bro. Go ahead, bro. You know, every time your your ship sinks, you're trying to get right back up. You know what I'm saying? So I get what it is. You know what I'm saying? I get it, bro. But you know what I'm saying? It's more fries for you, because you're a grown ass man and you always think it's about you when it's not. And that's that, bro, okay? So, yeah, keep it pushing, bro. Keep it pushing. I didn't do nothing disrespectful. I would never do nothing disrespectful. All praise to your girlfriend. She has a lot of respect for you always, of course, as I could tell yesterday from how she acted, which is fine.
The only part where I got to come at Marlin for is trying to flex the motion that he got right now, talking about, yeah, you know, you need to get your likes. You're not getting 1 million likes on Instagram anymore. Or like, I think this guy's getting 1 million likes or something like that. That stuff really don't matter. Jake Paul was printing off of all of the likes he got. This guy maximized extraction from social media, which is the smart thing to do. You know who else was getting 1.5 million likes, 2 million likes every photo? Marlin, Lil Pump. And he's not getting that anymore. Now, I'm not saying Lil Pump is broke, but metrics like these, you're never the hottest guy in social media all the time. There's always going to be a new guy. And he's talking about, I've been doing this for 1.5 years only. Yeah, it is quite impressive. The way that he responded to this, other than me just disagreeing with that short little jab that he took at Jake Paul, no pun intended there, I think he's completely correct. He noticed and he knows, he's like, okay, Jake Paul is strict with this chick. And he's like, yo, you got to move like this. Don't do this. I don't know if it's from the behest of Jake Paul. I do think it probably is. He's probably like, hey, look, you can't be doing this. Probably yelling at each other, all that stuff. And he does provide the financing for her to be able to do what she does. All the trainers, all the travel, all the prep, all that other stuff. Jake Paul is financing that. It's like her career doesn't make much money. Like, yeah, she's a celebrity within her country, which is like a couple million people, but globally, nah, Jake Paul turned her up, and she doesn't have the money that Jake Paul has, doesn't even come close to scratching the surface of that, especially before she met Jake Paul. So yeah, I think everything that Marlin said here is facts. Jake Paul is getting rage baited. This is the thing too, because that's his girl. So they had a conversation about this, and he still reacts like this to Marlin of all people. And Marlin said nothing about, he didn't say, oh, this chick is weird. He didn't say, yo, why is she behaving like that? He was nothing but respectful. And I don't know what Marlin is talking about when he's like, yo, it's a thing to hate on me. Everywhere I go, I see hate. I don't think there's any reason to hate on this guy. Like I said, why are people hating? If you were to say that this guy is dumb, he's not the brightest guy, maybe I can kind of see that, because he's never said anything too insightful. And when he tries, it's just very, very, I don't know if it's surface level or him just trying to be brand friendly. But yeah, like he's not actually, no, I remember when he's like, yo, I fooled the whole internet. That meme was funny. But when he goes to like hating on him, what do you hate on him for? I don't understand. Somebody let me know. If you hate this guy, please tell me why. Because I just can't. I just see him as like a guy that just exists. And people they find him entertaining. And I just know him for doing content with girls. Or the content of him going viral is with girls. I did, however, watch a couple of hours of his stream when he was doing his 50 states. Like he tried to travel to, or I think he did, 24/7 stream going to all the states. And that was quite entertaining. I was watching one, I don't know if he was on a train. It was going from either New Jersey or PA to New York City, and he was driving up, and I was just listening to him talk to some guy for 2.5 hours. And that was quite entertaining, even though it wasn't like this huge moment. It was just one of those travel moments where they're just in the van. And that's a pretty cool concept. Like he did it right after Speed, but hating on the guy, I don't get it. I think this whole thing this is what you call insecurity from Jake Paul. And I'm not talking about insecurity in his relationship. I think insecurity in his former career, where people still see him as a social media guy, and he's like, nah, I'm not that social media guy. I'm the business guy now. I'm the boxer now. I'm rich now. I've got a jet. I just bought this huge plot of land. Yeah, congratulations, buddy. You got that off of gambling money. Marlin could have flexed on him like that. He could have said, yeah, you're promoting gambling. You're promoting all of this stuff. I'm a God-fearing individual, because I know Marlin's a Christian. He could pull that card out. He could hit you with the morality clause, not the real one, but he could hit you with the morality clause. And then what are you going to say? He's like, yeah, you could have all of your jets, but, I want to keep my soul. Hit him with that. Yeah, then Jake Paul's looking crazy, because I think he wants to be seen as this business guy, but he also still wants to be seen as the entertainer, because like, why do you have all this flashy jewelry and watches and stuff that you got from hip hop? Because you weren't like that before you started rapping. When Jake Paul was just doing the videos and the vlogs and he had the money to be flashy, he wasn't. It was when he turned into this character and this villain and did the whole saga in boxing that he became this. And he's still doing it even though he's rich. So you still got to behave in a certain way and jester, clown, whatever you want to call it, entertain. You are an entertainer. And that's the same thing that this guy is doing. So because the camera that you entertain in front of is on Netflix and the camera he entertains in front of is on Twitch, you're going to hate on him? Come on, man. Cut it out. Don't forget where you came from. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.